Have you ever just stopped and thought, how in the world did we get here? I mean, how did our species, Homo sapiens, go from being just another animal, and honestly not a very impressive one at that, to becoming the rulers of the entire planet? It's like one of the biggest mysteries in all of history.
All right, so let's really dive into this. For millions and millions of years, our ancestors were, well, they were kind of nobody. Seriously, they were stuck right in the middle of the food chain, spending most of their time just trying not to be someone else's lunch. Now, you fast forward to today, and wow, we've completely flipped the script. Now we're the ones running the show.
So, that's the big question, right? How did we make that incredible jump? What was our secret sauce? How did we go from being prey to being the planet's top predator? What gave us the edge, not just over all the other animals, but over all the other human species too?
Okay, to get to the bottom of this, you first have to really appreciate what a massive underdog our species was. I mean, our story doesn't start with some big, heroic moment. Nope, it starts quietly, with us basically hiding in the shadows of much bigger, scarier creatures.
Yeah, for most of our history, this was pretty much our life. Forget those epic pictures of mighty hunters taking down mammoths. That wasn't us. We were scavengers. Our main specialty was waiting for, say, a lion to finish its kill, and then we'd sneak in afterwards to crack open the bones and suck out the marrow. That's what was left. And get this, we weren't even the only humans around. There were at least 6 other human species walking the earth at the same time as us.
Now, you're probably thinking, well, duh, it was our big brains. But here's the thing, that big brain was a huge energy hog. It takes up something like 25% of our body's energy, even when we're just sitting around. And to power that brain, our muscles actually got weaker. So for 2 million years, what did we get for this massive trade-off? Stone knives and pointy sticks. That's it. It was a seriously bad deal, until, all of a sudden, it wasn't.
So what was it? What changed? After all that time just barely getting by, something happened. Something big. It was like a switch got flipped, and suddenly, Homo sapiens were on a totally new path.
Just take a look at this timeline. You see millions of years of super slow, gradual change. It's almost boring. And then, bam! Right around 70,000 years ago, there's this explosion of creativity and innovation. That's what we call the cognitive revolution, and it's really the moment our story kicks into high gear.
So what was it? Well, the leading theory is that it was basically a lucky accident, a random genetic mutation. Something just clicked, and it rewired the sapiens' brain. This unlocked completely new ways to think, and most importantly, new ways to communicate.
Okay, so a new language. But how exactly was that our secret weapon? Well, it wasn't just about being able to warn each other about lions a little better. No, this was about something much, much bigger. The power to talk about things that weren't even real.
And right here, this is the absolute key. See, other animals can communicate about reality just fine. A monkey can screech, "Hey, lion, run!" But only sapiens could say something like, "The lion is the great guardian spirit of our tribe." That's a whole different ballgame.
And that is the power of fiction. We're not just talking about telling stories around a campfire. We're talking about the ability to speak about things that don't physically exist. Things like spirits, nations, laws, gods. Stuff that only exists in our shared imagination. This, right here, was the real game changer.
This is a perfect example. Seriously, look at these 2 images. On the left, you've got this 32,000-year-old statue of a lion human. It's an idea, something that doesn't exist in reality, made physical. And on the right, the logo for the Peugeot car company. It seems totally different, but it's the exact same principle, a symbol that represents a powerful, shared story. Okay, so why was this ability to create fictions so incredibly powerful? Well, it's because it let us break through a natural barrier, a kind of ceiling on the size of social groups. And that magic number? It's about 150. Here's the deal. Turns out you can only really maintain stable relationships, who's who, who's sleeping with whom, who to trust, with about 150 people. Any bigger than that, and a group based on just gossip and personal relationships starts to fall apart. But if you get 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people to all believe in the same story, the same God, the same nation, the same company, they can all work together. Shared stories are the glue for large-scale cooperation.
All right, to make this idea really concrete, let's look at a modern-day example. We're going to use one of the most powerful fictions ever invented, the corporation.
Let's use the car company Peugeot. You've probably seen their cars, you definitely know the lion logo, but have you ever stopped to think about what Peugeot actually is? No, really, think about it. What is Peugeot? Is it a thing you can actually point to? Can you touch it? Where is it? Well, think about it this way. It's not the cars, right? You could destroy every single Peugeot car on the planet, and the company would still exist. It's not the factories or the buildings, and it's not even the people, not the employees, not the managers, not even the owners. You could fire everyone and get new people, and Peugeot would still be Peugeot.
So what is it? Peugeot is what lawyers call a legal fiction. That's it. It's just a story, an idea that exists in our collective imagination, backed up by the legal system. But it's an incredibly powerful story. It's what allows hundreds of thousands of strangers all over the world to work together toward a common goal, even though they've never met.
And this brings us to the really big idea here. This whole thing, this ability to invent and believe in fictions, it's not just some weird trick for creating car companies. It is the very foundation of human civilization.
This is how we conquered the world. It wasn't because we were stronger or faster. It's because we are the only animal on Earth that can cooperate both flexibly and in huge numbers. Think about it. Ants can cooperate in massive numbers, but they're rigid. They can't change the plan. Chimps are flexible, but only in small, intimate groups. We're the only ones who can do both.
And once you see it everywhere. What is money? It's just a story we all agree to believe in. What is a nation? A story. Laws, human rights, justice, none of these things exist in the physical world. They are all just incredibly powerful stories that we've collectively decided to live by. And once you realize that, you see that our world isn't some fixed objective reality. It's built on our shared imagination.
Which leaves us with one last, really powerful question. If our entire world is built on the stories we tell, well, that means we can change the world by changing the stories. We can tell new ones. So the real question isn't just how we got here, but where do we want to go? What new stories are we going to tell?